Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
On this Thursday morning, the 11th day of January, RiverBender.com. It's our daily show. CJ Nasello here with you, and we got a good show for you guys today. We're going to be talking to Lee Cox here in about 18 minutes or so, but who's counting? Because Actors Studio Series starts tomorrow, and it's going to be really fun. This is Lee Cox's brainchild that's really just taken off in a really great thing getting ready to happen at Alton Little Theater with 3 great performances, 3 different performances each and every week. And yours truly is making his acting debut, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. Then, 10:30, we're going to be talking to Tyler and learning more about the overnight warming locations because, folks, it's going to be brutally cold this weekend, and there's no way around it. I mean, Friday night, you're going to start seeing those temperatures dropping, and we'll get to that in a couple of minutes in the newscast. But with it being so brutally cold, it's always good to know this information in case you know of somebody that's homeless or has some issues with finding shelter. It's always good to make sure they know there's places to go. And we're going to talk to Tyler about the overnight warming locations and ways that we can help support them, maybe even volunteer. I know that there's so many that are in National Honor Society that look for service hours. I'll ask them about that and so much more. But at 9:03, we got to get to news, and here's what's happening around the Riverbend. Out of Edwardsville, a Wood River man has been charged with 3 felony counts in connection with an alleged domestic dispute and subsequent shooting. Here's the latest. Madison County State's Attorney Tom Hain did announce on Wednesday that Alec A. Sabatino, 28 years of age, has been charged with aggravated battery with a firearm. That's a Class X felony. Aggravated domestic battery, a Class 2 felony. And aggravated battery, a Class 3 felony. Haines' office filed a petition asking that Sabatino be denied pretrial release while awaiting trial. Shortly after 2:30 a.m. on December the 26th, Wood River Police responded to a woman's report of a domestic battery that occurred at a residence on Mildred Street. The woman making the report had fled to the nearby home of her parents. Minutes later, police received a report of shots fired on 6th Street near Acton Avenue. At the 6th Street location, police found 2 men with gunshot wounds, Sabatino and the woman's father. The woman's father has a license to carry a concealed firearm and was carrying a firearm. The following are allegations contained in the state's petition to detain. Again, allegations contained in the state's petition to detain, and here is what they stated. After being approached by the woman's father, Sabatino then, quote, immediately battered him, end quote, striking him in the face and knocking him to the ground, whereupon the woman's father, quote, discharged a lawfully carried firearm in self-defense, end quote, striking Sabatino. After a struggle, Sabatino, end quote, was able to take his firearm, stood over the woman's father, end quote, and discharged the firearm 1 time, striking him in the hand. Another quote, the magazine was ejected during the struggle, so the defendant had only a single shot available, that being the round in the chamber. Both men received treatment at a St. Louis area hospital for injuries that were not life-threatening. The charges allege that Sabatino committed battery against the woman and against the woman's father. The state's attorney's office declined to issue charges against the father of the domestic abuse victim, concluding that his actions were not in violation of applicable Illinois crime laws. The state's attorney's office conducted a meticulous review of all available evidence, and all of the available applicable criminal statutes regarding the actions of all parties involved in this matter, Tom Haynes said. He continued, "We commend the Wood River Police Department's Patrol and Investigations Division along with other agencies that assisted in this investigation, including the Illinois State Police Crime Scene Unit. This charge and the statements made herein are based upon probable cause, and the defendant is presumed innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law." Also in the news, out of the area, National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day was celebrated on Tuesday around the country and right here in the Metro East region. This day is held each year and helps citizens come together to show their appreciation to their local law enforcement members. Madison County Chief Deputy Marcus Polito, Alton Police Chief Jarrett Ford, and Wood River Police Chief Brad Wells are equally moved each year when the public takes a chance to salute officers on this special annual day. Chief Ford said he feels extremely fortunate to be a part of the law enforcement community. Here's his quote. "I see firsthand how incredibly helpful, brave, and dedicated the men and women of law enforcement are. We are human and imperfect, but I still believe law enforcement to be the most noble and honorable profession there is. It is my hope that the men and women of the Alton Police Department know just how much I appreciate them and the tough job that they do each and every day." Ford extended a happy National Law Enforcement Day to all officers nationwide. Chief Wells said law enforcement officers are the everyday heroes who protect and serve their communities with courage, dedication, and integrity. National Law Enforcement Day is a method for those who support law enforcement to express their gratitude for their selfless service and unwavering commitment to keeping communities safe. That's a quote from Chief Brad Wells. Polito closed the conversation with local officers about National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day with this special statement. "I'm extremely thankful for everyone in the law enforcement family. We noticed and appreciate their efforts in protecting our communities while sacrificing so much. We are so thankful for the outpouring of support that our communities show in appreciating law enforcement. We see you, we heard you, and we use that as fuel to keep pushing forward." Dalton Brown reporting out of Edwardsville. The Edwardsville Police Department is accepting applications for the public to, quote, "get a hands-on interactive view into the day-to-day operations of the city's police department" with their upcoming Citizens Police Academy next week, the department recently announced. Here's the latest and their statement. "Do you have interest in law enforcement, or are you curious about the Edwardsville Police Department and how it fulfills its duty to serve and protect the community?" The 2024 Citizens Police Academy gets underway next week and can provide answers on those topics and much more. The Academy will run one night per week for 10 weeks, each from 6 to 9 p.m., starting on Thursday, January the 18th. The city of Edwardsville announced recently that there are still a few openings as the events draw closer. Academy sessions will include tours, demonstrations, and practical exercises allowing participants to experience life from a police officer's point of view. To enroll in the City of Edwardsville's Police Academy, you have to fill out the online application or print it out, fill it out, and drop off or mail it to the Edwardsville Police Department and have it at attention Citizens Police Academy, 333 South Main Street, Edwardsville, Illinois, 62025. To find out more about the program, there are hyperlinks all throughout the RiverBender.com article that will take you to where you need to go. Sydney Sinks, filling us in out of Alton, the Alton Godfrey Rotary Club presented the Alton Community Unit School District number 11 kindergarten classrooms with new manipulatives and games to promote literacy. On Wednesday, the 10th of January, Rotary members met at Gilson Brown and Lovejoy Elementary Schools to present the kindergarten teachers with new literacy materials. They will do the same on Friday, January the 12th at Eunice Smith and Lewis and Clark Elementary Schools. Club directors Ron Mayhew and Damian Jones explained that this project is an important part of what the Rotary Club does in the Riverbend community. Lovejoy Principal John Ducey introduced the Rotary Club members and explained to students what the Rotary Club does in the community. Mayhew and Young asked students how many of them can read and told them that the donation will help them learn how to be better readers. Students can play with the games and manipulatives when they are in smaller groups or working with the reading centers in the classroom. The Alton Godfrey Rotary Club has supplied Accused 11 with literacy materials, for the past 14 years. They apply for a grant every year so they can buy books or games for the elementary students to enjoy. Elaine Kane, the Assistant Superintendent for Alton Community School District 11, worked closely with the Rotary Club to coordinate this donation. She noted her appreciation for the club's donation and their commitment to the district. For more information about the Alton Godfrey Rotary Club, you can visit their website, altongodfreyrotary.org. One final bit of news for you today, and it's all going to be about events. As you guys know, each Wednesday I provide an article on RiverBender.com with the team upstairs about the events happening throughout the 618. And this weekend is packed with a diverse array of events for everyone to enjoy, from live music and live theater to wellness activities and community gatherings. There's something to appeal for every taste. Now you can go to RiverBender.com/events for the full event listings. Let's start off with the big one. If you're a theater enthusiast and you can't miss out on this one, the Actors Studio series at Alton Little Theater. Enjoy 2 Rooms by Lee Blessing on January 11th through the 13th, and more captivating plays in the following weeks for only $10 each, or for $25 for all 3 shows. It's an absolute steal of the night of culture and performance. Also happening this weekend at the VFW on the 13th of January, Track Band is ready to rock out the oldies Motown classic rock show, perfect for those who love to dance the night away. With no cover charge, it's an irresistible invite for Saturday, the 13th of January, from 7 to 11 p.m. And also happening on Saturday, the Harmon's Bluegrass 46th Annual Show at Lewis and Clark. All these events happening this weekend, plus there's so much more. There's gun shows at the Belclair Fairgrounds, intro into loom knitting at the Niedring House building in Granite City. Plus, for foodies and history buffs alike, you'll love the Alton Pasta House Company reunion party. You can come reminisce and enjoy dishes that are a nod to the past while celebrating the restaurant's impact on the Alton dining and entertainment scene. Are you ready to submit your own event? You sign into our platform, become a part of the vibrant community that makes weekends so exciting here in the Riverbend region. It's just a taste of what's in store. For more information, visit our community calendar today. At 9:13, that's what happened around the Riverbend. It's 33 degrees. It feels like 36. Coming up today, we're going to reach 44 degrees and drop down to 39 overnight as we head into Friday. On Friday, we can expect a 95% chance of rain and snow throughout the day, 45 for the high. And then in the afternoon, that's when that cold front comes in, dropping down to 11 degrees overnight heading into Saturday, where we can expect a high of 17 degrees and a low of 0. On Sunday, a high of 8, a low of 1 degree. And then on Monday, a high of 10. And a low temperature of -2. We will be talking to Tyler with the overnight warming locations to find out ways that we can help those that are less fortunate. For time and temperature throughout the day, 618-465-4545 for time and temp, this time powered by Tom Lane. He's your local State Farm agent. Before we take a quick break and talk to Lee Cox and Shay out there, I want to fill you in on the winter sale at Suncatcher's Tanning and Skincare. Listen to this. Okay, you see me in this room. Every time I wear a shade of a darker color, I look even more pale than what I am, okay? And I got to take a vacation soon to Florida. I'm going to Vegas, and I cannot look this pale. I'm pasty, so what do I got to do? I got to go to Suncatcher's Tanning and Skincare for their winter sale, 50% off any bed. Or what about this? 1 month for $49.95, originally $100. They cut it in half for you. This offer is only valid for new clients only, and it's a limit 2 per customer. 50% off lotions to make sure you're hydrating your skin. Plus, why go with Suncatchers? Because they're the home of the 3-session Ultimate Tan. Beach vacation in your future? Hopefully for me, it will be in December. Get a base tan. Start tanning 4 weeks before you travel to allow your skin to build up a tolerance to those UV rays and prepare for soaking up the sun. That's the winter sale at Suncatchers, 1103 West Acton Avenue in Wood River. And for more information, you can head on over to our Shop Local page to get those coupons and give them a ring for more information. 618-254-2786. That's 618-254-2786. And let them know that CJ sent you their way. We'll take a little bit of a break here and start the morning off with Theater Thursday right after this on RiverBender.com. Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today. Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. Welcome back, 11th day of January, a Thursday morning, and the calm before the brutal cold gets ready to overtake the 618. You guys prepared?
We're the best place to be.
I'm telling you
I cranked
what.
up the furnace last night.
So what's crazy about that is Lee Cox is not lying to you. That is the warmest building in Alton. There ain't no doubt, ain't no shadow of a doubt about it.
I pay the electric bills. Yes, it is.
Well, this is really exciting. I mean, Shay, tomorrow is the opening night of Actors Studio Series.
Yes,
tonight
is
the opening night of Actors Studio.
I knew that. I was just testing it.
Yeah, this one's Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Oh.
Then the other are Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But next week actually has a Thursday, too, a preview that a lot of St. Louis people
It's
are
going to
coming.
be really cool to see.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Well, this is really cool. So we have 2 rooms. Then we have Red Jasper. And then we have an Elephant's Graveyard coming out week after week after week, and this leads into Best of the Best Country Love, and then it leads into the 4 poster, and that's probably already started too.
Oh, and Alabama Story. I've already cast Alabama Story. Oh, yeah. It just doesn't stop. But this man is acting and directing in the studio series, and I so appreciate his support and his sensitivity in directing, and he's always been a great actor. But he's got a motley crew with you guys, and I have watched enough rehearsals to know, like, oh, that guy smarted off to me. Ooh, I would have had a hard time. But what Shay doesn't know is Tom Neely. Do you know who that is? No, he's the Freak Deluxe Show promoter from California.
Okay.
For an Elephant's Graveyard. Even though he's read the story, loves it, and knows how gritty and dark it is, but he is going to come and be a sideshow performer for 15 minutes before the show starts.
That's cool. I like that. That's awesome.
Nice.
He juggles. He does a little fire. Don't tell Kevin. But he is the nicest. I mean, he's imposing. He's who we needed. But I met him through Alton Main Street.
Yeah.
Nicest guy in the world, and so well read, so intelligent, and knows plays, and he's been in California and performed all over the place. So
cool.
He wanted to come to the theater, and he said, "How much are tickets?" I said, "How about if I do you a trade?" And he said, "I'd love to do that."
So before we get into the whole different performances coming up in 2 rooms, take me through how you developed this, because this is really your brainchild.
Yes, and a little bit no. Christy Doring, who is directing 2 rooms, she actually brought me this script 4 years ago. She fell in love with it. She knew I liked Lee Blessing, the author, and we'd done Ely Massoneri. I was in that, and I did the lights and all the set stuff for Walk in the Woods. But I didn't know this, and when we picked it, we had no idea that the world would once again be giving us live TV action every night about what it's like in the Middle East and that. But this is so sensitive and so beautiful. And that's what I love about Lee Blessing. His writing, his capturing of characters, the dialogue is so real. And so it needs actors who can also not act and be pretentious and overact. Just be real. And I think the 4 people in this show, I have such admiration for.
Can I ask a little bit more about that? Because I find that fascinating, the overacting, especially in this type of performance.
And you probably saw it at rehearsal.
Yeah. Neither here or there, but Shay, take me through that, because that seems like a difficult trait to learn, is how to be normal while you're portraying a different character.
It is. It comes a lot of practice, and then a lot of it comes down to just natural ability. Using your own personal life experiences to tie into your character's experiences, even though the majority of us will never have had experiences like our character.
Right.
Just trying to find something that puts you in that same mindset. But yes, I've seen a lot of actors that love to act, and they're just out there and fantastic. And some shows need that.
Yes.
There are some shows that do need that.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of dramas that Alton Little Theater puts together, it's a lot more about subtle performances as opposed to big bravado.
That makes sense.
And Bradley Dillon, who's the ringmaster with
He's
you.
He's great. Oh, he is great.
But you got to come see him in 2 rooms.
In 2 rooms.
He's like a method actor.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
He does an hour of warming up his body and his feet, which I love that, because he has to be so still sometimes. And I know you can get a cramp. I know that can happen. But he really is just quiet, reserved, not a big showy person. Well, he's 6'4".
that point of it.
But I mean, he just understands this character, and I don't know him well. Shay probably knows him better, but I love reading theater, going to theater, even watching a lot of movies and theatrical productions. You can tell after a while who's really a really good actor and who's just, pretty.
Given some good camera angles and some good scenes,
Yeah.
Well, and that's what I find so fascinating about this, because I've never done the whole rehearsal route. It was kind of like, hey, here's what we want you to talk about. Go get, pile driven, and then you go home. That's fine. But this is just to see this all come together and really how it works. Because the first day I'm thinking, I am nowhere close. This is going to be a nightmare. Shay's going to hate me by the end of this. Lee's not going to come back on the show. I'm going to embarrass myself. But just to see all the pieces coming together, and really that last rehearsal, Shay, for just Elephant's Graveyard, just alone, I think that we're there. I think we have a little bit more to work on, but it's coming.
Yeah.
And so let's get back to Two Rooms here, because I think it's such a powerful performance. And as you were kind of going through rehearsals, what were some things that maybe you guys took away from this that necessarily wasn't in the script that helped you tell that story even more?
Yeah.
Just with everything.
Reporters you love.
Yeah. Well, and it was kind of. So my character is Walker, who's the reporter who's trying to kind of persuade the wife to kind of challenge the government and go away from the norms of what most people have done in that experience and try to actually make change. But as he goes along and you watch it, he's very kind of nonchalant, just trying to get the story out like a reporter, but then you can't spend that much time with someone, not develop a connection with them. And so you see that as it goes on, and him with her through the worst times of her life and stuff like that. And he's almost a surrogate husband for a while.
Yeah.
But it's a very powerful show, much more powerful since everything else has started again in the Middle East. Because for a play that's almost 40 years old, to think that it's still relevant to where if you didn't know this play was written 40 years ago, you'd think it was written 2 weeks ago.
Well, and see, that's why if I was in this performance and just rehearsals alone, I would be, connecting so much and just really to tying in over there and thinking about those situations. And I don't know if I'd be able to power through that, because I'd break down at time. I don't know how rehearsal's gone, but just those connections alone would stop you.
It's hard, but the blessing is also it gives you something to pull from, something to kind of tap into to give you that emotion you need. Because there are times that, people are crying during the show, and it's true felt emotion. It's not acting. It's I've connected with my character in such a way that this is how she feels, and I feel that, or this is how he feels, and I feel that at this time.
And he is in the moment. I don't even know if he realized it. Pam, who plays the State Department person, she was a little freaked out by the weather, so we did a run through without her. And so I'm doing the lights. They're very sensitive lights, which means it's hard to see the actors sometimes to see if they're there. But she wasn't there, and he brings on her chair. Even though she wasn't there, he kind of throws it a little. I'm like, and his first line is, really, she has to be here. And it was great. It was like, we didn't even need her. I knew exactly.
Yeah, no, it's always rough at the start, but then as you rehearse, as you practice, as you build the camaraderie with the other actors, and you learn to trust each other with what they're going to do and what you're going to do. Because I'm one of those actors. I like to live in the moment. My performance may not be the same every night. There may be something slightly different. Some directors hate that. Some directors love that.
Can I piggyback on that real quick?
Yeah.
Does it depend on the crowd and what you're feeling in the crowd, or is it the atmosphere?
I think it's more the atmosphere.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. When I'm on stage, I mostly can tune the crowd out. Kind of depends on the show, but a lot of times it's just me on stage with this person, and there could be a full theater, there could be two people. Like I'm going to give the same performance for no matter the crowd.
Absolutely.
When we did Inherit the Wind, and this gentleman got an award as Best Actor for Matthew Harrison Brady.
Wow.
But it did become a little, because he is a method actor too. And when he died, he hit that table so hard. And the entire booth would be like, oh, I'm like, it's going to happen 7 more times.
Yeah. Get used to it, guys.
I said to Kevin, just shore up the
just
legs
put
of that
an extra beam under that table.
and
It'll be fine.
Faces, you couldn't see the faces of the people who had to carry you out because, they were a lot of guys, old guys, not so in shape and lean and Patrick. And they're like, oh my God.
And the performance that they dropped me, that was fun.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm dead, guys. I can't help you. I'm just going to lay here.
It's not easy to carry dead weight at 6 foot.
Oh my God. And then you're dead, so you can't say
Nope.
ow.
Can't do anything. I'm just there. I'm just laying there.
Well, and as this, that's awesome. Getting back to 2 rooms, how long's the show? Runtime?
About 2 hours.
About 2 hours. We've been taking a 10-minute intermission, and the ushers were like, so is it 10 minutes? I said, well, if we don't have very many people and they don't want to drink or eat, yes, we're not going to stop them.
Yeah.
I think students will want snacks, and some people might want wine or beer. Who knows? We should have hot toddies, really, given the weather, but we can't have hard alcohol. So.
Well, and for me too, Shay, on your aspect of things, I just fixed that damn cord. On your aspect of things, what is the audience going to take away in the first 30 minutes of 2 rooms? Even before it gets really going.
It gets really going right off the bat.
Does it really? Okay.
It opens.
Okay.
It's. Don't come ready to laugh. That's the one thing I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Don't come ready to laugh. You will probably chuckle at a couple things, but be prepared to be really immersed in emotion.
Yeah.
This show, all 3 of these shows are very emotional, very heavy dramas, which I love personally. I know Lee loves them too.
And we're in the minority.
Yeah. And everybody else is, why can't you just do comedies and musicals?
Yes.
And it's like, because I like to cry. I like to feel emotion.
Yeah.
But this is definitely a show that will take people on a roller coaster. There are ups, there are downs. There's a lot more downs than there are ups. But you'll root for them at some points. You'll hate characters at some points. But
I think that one of the powerful things is that you get angry, but you use your words, your intelligent words, to protest against the government. He's not storming any buildings or hurting anyone. He's saying we have to speak up with an authentic voice.
Yeah.
That's why he doesn't want to say how bad it is in the Middle East. He could go, on his own show. He has the widow, soon to be widow, the wife of somebody who's imprisoned there, scared to death she's going to be a widow any day. She has a lot more credibility.
Exactly.
And honesty. And that's the power. And I do love it. I love the subtleness. He touches her arm, and then the next time we wait for it, he's like, next time he's going to touch her hair. And he holds her so tenderly, like it's not sexual at all. He's just comforting her. And the audience may never pick up on those things, but they do overall.
Yeah.
They do. These are people you want to know, that you're rooting for, that you even hate when the 2 of them are not maybe getting along, but because you're like, if you work together, maybe the president would make a different decision. Yeah.
In rehearsal, Shay, was there any difficult moments for you in just trying to connect to portions of your character? Did it all tie in pretty well?
Actually, there's one thing I struggled with very much, and it's because Lee knows I hate to pretend to be drunk.
Yes.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to do it sincerely.
That's true.
Without coming across comical.
Yeah.
And that's always something I like. You be silly, sloppy drunk is easy.
But subtle.
Subtle, just okay, but there's a reason why, and there's emotional charge and things like that. But that's all. Yeah, it's one thing I've always struggled with is like drunk scenes.
So I don't know if it probably was totally intentional, but it totally works, Shay, because you laugh a little bit when you're pouring the drink. The expression, he's not a laugher in this show. And then the other thing, which I know because we share back and stuff, when you slide down the wall, I know he's drunk because it's hard to get up from that position.
And I have to do it tenderly every night because I'm like, if I put a hole in this wall, Kevin's
Oh
gonna
my
kill
goodness! Stop the show!
Because the outer walls are the outer walls for
all the
everything.
shows.
For all the shows.
Yes.
The whole set is a parallelogram, and we just take down a wall, paint it over the window.
It's so cool how you guys do this. And now let's talk tickets because that's the big
Yes.
thing.
$10 for a ticket.
Or just get
the
all three
package
shows
for $25.
You can't beat it. I mean, you just can't. That's 3 weeks of back-to-back-to-back things that you're going to do with your wife, loved one, family, you name it, and just get out and get away from all the craziness on the damn news, you know?
Yes.
With that being said, are there any dates completely sold out that we can direct people away from?
No, I'd love to say there are. Now, the run is interesting. This is Thursday, Friday, and
Right.
Saturday, and not a Sunday. And our loyal season ticket holders, the older ones, they want to come on Sunday, so they have bought tickets. The other 2 Sundays are probably bigger right now, but they're not anywhere near sold out, and the weather could make a difference with that too. But next week, Michael Madden will be here.
This is
He's
cool.
supporting the whole series. And then I got another donor who wishes to remain private to help with Country Love and some other things. Because this is our low time of year.
Yeah.
But this wasn't ever about making huge amounts of money. Although, we are giving 25% to the Alton High Drama Department, to the Ribbons of Strength at Alton Memorial, and to the Wildlife Center. Because this is about helping our community be healthier and help each other. And I think we're struggling with that a little bit. Godfrey's going great guns, but I would like Alton businesses to help each other a little bit.
I hear you. I 100% agree with you, too. Do you guys, can we do something real quick? I want to talk longer as we can. Do you guys have some time?
If it's his
It's okay. Right? Yeah. Let's pay a quick bill if that's okay, and we
Okay.
can come back and we can talk for another 20 minutes
yes,
or so, because I want to promote the hell out of this. It deserves it. And at 9:37, we'll take a brief pause, and we'll come right back after this.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Lennox system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back, 940. Thursday morning continues right here on RiverBender.com, Roku TV, anywhere, everywhere you find me rambling into this darn thing. Lee Cockshay back in the studio. 2 rooms is coming down the pipeline, well, in just a few short hours.
Yes.
All the hard work is coming to the
yes, the
tipping
cast
point.
is saying they're willing to live at the theater, stay at the theater, so that they don't get caught. Of course, Shay lives 4 doors down from the theater, so he can go get supplies.
I'll always be there.
And his wife would bring stuff. Yeah, I know she would.
So tickets are available for this evening at 7:30. You go to Alton. Can you get them online still?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
AltonLittleTheater.org. AltonLittleTheater.org at 7:30. All evening shows, correct for this?
No.
And
yes, for this. I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We don't have a Sunday matinee for this.
Absolutely. So on the 11th, tomorrow the 12th, and on the 13th, which is Saturday, what better way? I mean, listen, it's going to be terrible outside. No one's going to want to really do anything. Even going to eat's a chore. So why don't you just go to Alton Little Theater? Yeah. You're in a nice warm building. You get to enjoy some real entertainment that isn't, some crazy Big 4 news station that distracts you. You get to see some truly talented actors and performers that put in so much work to make this go off without a hitch.
And it's very intimate. Yeah, we hope they'll sit close. And there's a Q&A after. No one's required to stay, but I really hope, I don't know, but I really hope they'll want to know more even about the history. Now, Bradley did ask me, because we all did research for it.
Okay.
That's one of the things Shay and I believe in, is doing research about it. But he said, could you put some things in the foyer? So I just did news articles, particularly about that period of time, because it's different than now. I mean, the players are related, but it's different than now. And how many people died. I think that's what we forgot. And they weren't military people. They weren't people who were attacking anyone or doing anything. They were teachers. They were people on vacation. There were families taken hostage.
Which is terrible.
Yeah, and we have to stop being so barbaric.
Yeah, and getting back to Shay going through this. I mean, this is not an easy play to get through and really be a part of, because to me it's one of those, if you really don't do the research, you don't know about some of the maybe the smaller print of the story, you could miss out on a large chunk of what that message really is supposed to drive home.
Oh yes. Especially the opening monologue for Act 2.
What it means to be an American
is historically accurate. There are names, there are pictures, and I love the way she delivers that monologue, because what she's saying should really bring all this emotion out.
Yeah, I'd be crying.
And she's able to just deliver it with just this coldness that you would expect from a State Department official.
Yeah. She puts on that black suit and that pin, and she has one little bit of lace. That's it. That's the only feminine thing about her. She's all business. And Pam's not that way at all. She's loving.
Oh, no, she likes to have fun.
And how does the cast grow together in a performance like this? Because it seems like with something that's more serious, you really get to connect with everyone's emotions that's in the performance a little bit more than you would maybe a comedy or something that's more lighthearted.
Oh, yeah. It definitely brings you closer together, because you're all kind of working off each other's emotions.
Yeah.
So if she's sad, I'm recognizing she's sad. What does that do to my character? Is my character also sad? Is my character comforting? Is my character angry because she's sad? There's all these different ways that you can go, and working together over time and rehearsing and building those relationships with each other helps you attune to your character. By learning, this is how she is, well, this is how our relationship is. So this is how I should react at this moment.
It's really powerful because, I mean, those are vulnerable moments, too, and your true emotions showing in front of a group of your, co-workers and co-professionals on stage that you got to get used to, I'm sure, too.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't want to spoil it for people, but literally this show's titled 2 Rooms. You're going to notice the actors because they're in 2 bare rooms. There's nothing to distract them or you. I mean, even when a chair appears, it goes away. There's a couple cups, coffee, tea, bourbon, whatever, but there's no props. There's no prettiness to give you the picture. Yeah. Their faces. And again, I'm a half a football field away. And But I am totally, I'm somebody who I always look at the book when I'm running lights, but I'm always watching because their faces are so good. The first night I came back, I cried. Michael will tell you, I cried. I was so happy. I was like, okay, the first one works. I haven't really spent as much time with the other two now, but the first one works. And that was the important thing because it was what I envisioned. So I thank you so much.
Well, and, speaking of the first one works, it takes a good first step to really have a successful series. Because if you don't start off strong, it's going to be a lot harder to get the train moving. And speaking of trains, let's talk about the Elephant's Graveyard. Thank you. I masterfully put, by the way. I thought about that all night. I thought about it.
And our own CJ Nasello is in the show, making his debut.
I had a little bit of a rough December. I was sick with RSV and all this stuff. It was terrible. But the love and respect that I got from everybody when I walked in the door is what I think I want to drive home to, because I'm not a performer. I'm a pro wrestler that acts like a fool in a ring and, all that stuff and acts like a fool on a show. But to really be accepted by true, professional. I mean, you guys are professionals. There's every sense of the word. Everyone's dedicated to this. They're traveling 45, 50 minutes to get down there, especially when it starts to snow and sleet on a, Wednesday night, and everyone's got to get back. But to be a part of that and to be welcomed in, to really see how impactful the theater is just incredible. I mean, truly.
Oh, yeah. No, I've been involved with theater now for,
more years anyway.
20
they have carbon dating?
Years. No. 23. I'm not that old.
Carbon date as
It's starting to get up there with how old am I now? But I've been doing theater for about 23 years. High school, college, community. This is Alton Theater is more of a family atmosphere than I've ever been with at any other one. There's always, and it doesn't even come down to just doing theater. If I have anything going wrong in my life, I can call Lee, and she'll drop whatever she's doing to help.
Yeah.
It's really about just a real true family atmosphere, and that's what I always say is just like, they're my second family. But now a lot more often I feel like they're my first family now that my family's not in the area anymore.
Yeah.
I say, none of my family is here, so that's why it's okay to live there.
Well, and the thing is, too, what I think's, really cool is someone like, me, that I've been in situations, and Shay, I know you have in performing, and Lee, you too, where you go into something that's new and brand new, you're kind of nervous, and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to make an ass out of myself, and, I still got to, talk about this on Thursday, but whenever you see, the likes of Bradley, who's just the nicest person in the room, and you got, so many great people that are just talented that help you every step of the way and welcome you in. I mean, I was scared as hell to do this because I thought, okay, I have to actually talk in this damn thing. I thought I was going to be a tree,
Pull out that old costume from the kindergarten performance.
I thought it'd be a tree. But, it's really cool to be a part of this. And Elephant's Graveyard, just doing the little bit of digging I did on it is, still to this day, a very monumentous occasion in Irwin, Tennessee.
Yes. It is a very dark point in that town's history to where today, if you go there, there's almost no anything about it. They don't want to talk about it. It happened. It's over. No more.
But they will, if pushed, because when I went, I told them why I was there, and they were like, "It wasn't our fault. It was not our fault. We didn't want to do this. They did, but they do an art festival once a year, all weekend, and all the proceeds go to the Elephants Refuge in Tennessee, which is on the other side of the state. But I support that. That's how I found this story. That was how it worked.
Well, and I think one of the most powerful moments in the play, and I'm not going to give it away, is the very last monologue from the Muddy Townsperson, or not Muddy Towns, but Hungry Townsperson.
Yes.
And, to really hear, about how upset we are over elephants, but, no one talks about maybe some of the discrepancies during, pre-civil rights movement. And I think that's really powerful. I'm not going to give away the line, but just that alone. Right. And what I think's interesting with Elephant's Graveyard, Shay, is that the personalities are still prevalent today. I mean, you still have the yo-ho sheriff, and you have these guys that are just guns a-blazing and let's shoot them to all high hell. But then you have the preacher personalities. You have these people that are
prone,
exactly, that are still in this kind of snow globe mentality of, let's be with the tide, and then whenever it gets bad, let's not be.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, it's a very interesting play. It's unlike anything I think we've ever done at Alton Old Theater, at least as long as I've been there. Most shows have dialogue. They have interactions between characters. This doesn't. This is set very much like interviews, as if someone has interviewed each of these individual people about this event, and then took clips and put them together to tell the story, which I really like. It's kind of difficult to block, to get, because most actors, it's easy to act with somebody else. Right. I'm getting energy off of you. I'm feeding you energy. That's easy. But to stand in one spot for an hour and stay in your character, not while speaking, not while reacting to anybody else, just to be there and be your character, it's a real challenge. And I'm happy with the cast. They've really taken it, because it's not something
Even
that,
the new people.
Yes.
I do love that there's very experienced people in the cast, and then there's some new people. And I personally am so proud of Josh Sarver, who he's acted with.
Amazing.
Yes.
But this is his third show.
That's it?
We almost didn't cast him the first time because he was so quiet and so reserved. And he works so hard at things, and he just brings me to tears.
Whoa! I thought Josh had more than 3 shows under his. He's incredible. I mean, one of the nicest people too. A wonderful man. Wow. And now, Shay, because I'm thinking this, whenever I'm kind of getting in there, I thought this is kind of a little bit different than what I was expecting, because, like you said, this kind of testimonial style performance. You know, I think for me, it took me a couple of weeks to really figure out the story that way, because I'm new to this. But for the audience, I think it's one that if you follow along with it really closely, the first couple of lines, you're going to get connected right away and know the style and what's happening.
Oh yes. And I think it's fun because it's the kind of show where your set is very simple. It's actually very minimalistic. We have 3 walls and we got a couple platforms, but that's it. But lights will be a very, very interesting thing, and that's what I'm looking forward to for the cast once we get on stage and get all the lights set and everything, because that
43 cues, which is a lot for a tableau, but I know what the lights do.
So, but that it'll and I think that'll also help, because I know a lot of times, like, audiences, when they watch a show, it's hard to know where your focus is supposed to be sometimes if there's a lot of stuff going on stage. So using lighting to help focus people will be something a little different that I think will be kind of fun.
And this is the only one where the costumes were really important. Well, we had to have someone who could be bald in the second show, but we figured that out. But to identify the characters, which when I came back and saw the show, I thought, oh, we really have to know who the people are from the head to their foot. So, we pulled some things, and I ordered some things. Shay loves his costume. No, he hates it. He hates it, and he's still going to do it. That is the mark of an actor. We've all, oh my God, a Glass Menagerie, the dress I had to wear. Oh my God.
Well, and I think it's a testament really to the performers. I would say me really, and the director, because it's easy to put on, in my opinion, it's easy to put on a really fun show that everyone knows, like a Hairspray or something, because everyone knows that, and you can get away with maybe missing a few things. But you have to tell this story from A to B to C to D to E to F to G, because if you don't, you're going to miss out on a lot of this, what it's supposed to be about, this play.
Yes.
And so I think it's a big testament to whoever's directing, who's ever really getting that message driven across, that this is not really the easiest thing to do, but we're going to do it and do it well.
Yeah.
And how, everybody's emotion. I hope they stay in their seats and are just riveted, because you don't want to miss a piece of information.
Yeah. It's important, and that's even whenever because now I'm getting better, even though, okay, newsflash, I may or may not have left my little book over at the theater the last couple of days, and I didn't have a chance. But Bradley said that he was going to send me his if I couldn't find it. We already had that figured out. Team player, the circus leader is leading them behind the stage too, and with all of that. But whenever I was looking through it, I went, oh my goodness, if I don't stay tuned into this, I'm going to miss what the importance is of my line, because the one above it is equally as important, and it all feeds in together. I mean, it's really, the definition of train is really, to me, what this play's about, because you all have to be on the same page, chugging in the same rhythm, because if you aren't, it's all going to hell in a handbasket.
Yep.
And one of the things that I appreciate about your character is because people do anesthetize themselves when they don't like their job, when it's boring, when they don't really want to think about what's going on in the world. Oh, let's just drink. And, and I love a glass of white wine once in a while. Believe me, I'm not teetotal. But I think that's so important. And if that's the answer, just tuning out, the world is never going to get better.
Exactly.
Never going to get better.
And Shay, you definitely could put this in a better terminology than I can. How would you kind of preview Elephant's Graveyard in maybe 2 or 3 sentences? Because it's easy to talk about it as a whole, but to really sum it up is kind of difficult for me.
2 or 3 sentences. All right. It is the story of a tragedy that engulfs a town that then has to deal with the consequences of its actions while dealing with that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's perfect. That really is perfect. And I think the tie-ins just throughout this in today's world are going to be... There's going to be a lot of relating things, where people are going to see Hal, who is just amazing. Hal, I'm telling you what.
You were there the night when I was like, you are so hateful. This is killing me.
It's funny with Hal and I, because this is now the second time I've cast him. Second time I've cast him as a sheriff. And if there is a figure of authority in a play, it's most likely going to be Hal.
Oh, he's been the judge.
He's the judge every time there's a judge. He is the sheriff every time there's a sheriff. And it's just, he has this ability to, when he steps on stage, he has authority.
Exactly.
It's the way he carries himself, and the way he speaks his lines is just very authoritative.
And I will say this. You should always read the lines of your co-performers yes. because otherwise you'll start laughing your ass off in a very serious moment during rehearsal. Yes. Because you just go, oh my goodness, this is X, Y, and Z that I'm seeing on stage right now. But I mean, it's just incredible. And then we have some young performers in here. We have performers of every background, it seems like, and we're all doing some really cool stuff.
We've got Alina, who is 13.
Wow.
And I hope that's right. She's 13 or 14. No, she's 14. She just turned 14.
She turned 14.
She just turned 14.
Happy
and then
belated.
We go all the way up to actors in their late 60s.
Yes, yeah, Hal.
So it's a very wide range, and I'm happy because I think I have only directed one person in the show before, Hal.
You've been with
Sherry.
And Sherry.
Hal and
She
Sherry.
is talented.
Yes,
Yeah.
and Sherry has really grown. That's one thing I really like to see too. Is people, you see them do a show and it's like you're pretty good in that, and then they come back and do another show. Oh, you were really good in that, and they come back for a third, and it's like, wow, it's almost not the same actor. Like just to watch that growth.
And I was
that
thrilled. He
talent
included
grow.
me in. And again, as a person sweet as gold, she has not been cast, I would say, about 30 times. That would be demoralizing to most people. But she got involved in improv. She took classes. She took feedback. And that doesn't normally happen. But we usually have so many more women than men. It is a little easier to get cast if you're a guy who can speak. But I'm so proud of her.
Yeah, I'm really proud about everybody in the cast. Just from not having worked with most of them. I was pleasantly surprised.
I forget.
Yes, actually, he couldn't make the audition.
Yeah, I wasn't even at auditions.
I thought he was going to tell on me right away. Well, she gave me the show. She held auditions, and then she said, "Here, this is who I think you are."
It was. I showed up. I left work early, and I got there, and I watched somebody drive past me and wave, and then I got there. I was like, "Oh, what happened? Oh, auditions are over. Oh, okay." These are the people that auditioned. Oh, okay, that's nice. Were they good? Oh, yeah, they were good. And then these are the people that haven't been cast in the other show, so they need to get cast.
Could you use them?
Could you use them? I'm like, I sure can. We'll figure it out.
One last thing, because we're coming up on the top of the hour here in downtown Alton, is the fact that we had to kind of scramble, I think. Well, you did, not me. I was just fine either way. But to find another clown.
Yes. My first actor unceremoniously backed out. So it was a little bit of a, I have 3 days. I gave myself 3 days. I was like, I got to find somebody within 3 days. And luckily, the cast was helpful and reached out to people they knew. And luckily, he showed up and he goes, I got my own clown costume. I said, oh, you got the job. That's all you had to say.
Great job. He's got the scarves. He's like, do you want to do the trick or you want me? You can do the trick.
Yes.
Saves me time.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
So, and on top of this all, I highly encourage you to check out all 3 shows because 2 Rooms starting tonight at 7:30 is going to be a tearjerker, I think. And it's going to be one to make you think also. Red Jasper, I am so excited to talk with Michael and you next week on this. This is going to be so cool, and thank you for setting that up.
It's like if you were my son, because we both talk. Now we have a dad. Wait. I've never said a guy talks more than I do, and he does.
So we're going to have fun. And then I highly encourage you to see me and see if I can perform.
Yes.
We'll find out on the 26th, 27th, and that matinee on my birthday, the 28th at 2 p.m. There you go. How about that? So if I bomb on my birthday, that'd be a hell of a gift.
No, you can't. Mine's the 27th. See,
I'm telling you, we're connected in a lot
connected.
more ways. But the big thing is to get tickets for is because Alton Little Theater is going to be donating 25% of ticket sales to 3 local charities. The Alton High School Drama Department, which is amazing. They have something going that is really a testament to Christy's really vision for that. And then also Ribbons of Strength program at Alton Memorial Hospital, at the Cancer Center, and Wildlife Treehouse Center, which is a fantastic group. Kelly's been on the show. Did I tell you about the time I had her on and we brought the hawk in, or the owl in, and the snake, and the owl saw the snake and said it's on?
I was like, I'm really glad that I wasn't here then. I can take the coyotes, but owls freak me out.
I hit an owl on Stamper Lane. It flew into my windshield. They say those things are wise, but they can't see to save their life. I need you to go and save everybody by going to 2 Rooms tonight and getting those seats filled up so we can continue to do this next year. Yeah. And just keep having fun.
Yeah, we already have 2 great shows that, again, were gifted to us by playwrights who started writing later in life but have written some great plays, and they've kind of discovered us now. So everybody sends me a PDF. I go through printer cartridges like crazy. But we have 2 shows next year in February.
Really incredible. Yeah. Well, Lee will be joining us next Thursday because Theater Thursdays 3 times this month, and I love it. Shay, man, thanks so much for stopping by. Good luck tonight.
Thank you for letting me.
I'm not going to let you down, Captain. I'm going to be performing my heart out as the steam shovel operator for Elephant's Graveyard. To get your tickets for tonight's show, 618-462-3205. That's 618-462-3205. Or AltonLittleTheater.org. Lee Cox, thank you.
Thank you.
We're coming up on top of the hour news, a little bit behind, but that's okay. I'll see you in a few. Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Song is about you. You're so vain. I bet you think this song is about you. Don't you?
Welcome back, 10:07. And time to take a look at what's happening around the Riverbend. If my internet will come back on, make sure you sign up for your daily email update where you can join myself and over 70,000 people truly in the know each and every day of the work week with Around the Riverbend. We will take you to Edwardsville first. This is the report from the state's attorney's office. A Wood River man has been charged with 3 felony counts in connection with an alleged domestic dispute and subsequent shooting. Madison County State's Attorney Tom Hain did announce on Wednesday, the 10th of January, that Alec A. Sabantino, 28 years of age, has been charged with aggravated battery with a firearm. That's a Class X felony. Aggravated domestic battery, a Class 2 felony, and aggravated battery, Class 3. Hain's office did file a petition asking that Sabantino be denied pretrial release while awaiting trial. Shortly after 2:30 a.m. on the 26th of December, Wood River Police responded to a woman's report of a domestic battery that occurred at a residence on Mildred Street. The woman making the report had fled to a nearby home of her parents, and minutes later, police received reports of shots fired on 6th Street near Acton Avenue. At the 6th Street location, police found 2 men with gunshot wounds, Sabantino and the woman's father. The woman's father has a license to carry a concealed firearm and was carrying a firearm. The following are allegations contained in the state's petition to detain. Let me repeat that line. The following statements are allegations contained in the state's petition to detain. After being approached by the woman's father, Sabantino then immediately battered him, striking him in the face, knocking him to the ground, whereupon the woman's father discharged a lawfully carried firearm in self-defense, striking Sabantino. After a struggle, Sabantino was able to take his firearm, stood over the woman's father, and discharged the firearm one time, striking him in the hand. The magazine was ejected during the struggle, so the defendant only had a single shot available, that being the round in the chamber. Both men received went to a St. Louis area hospital for treatment for injuries, and that were not life-threatening. The charges allege that Sabantino committed battery against the woman and the woman's father. State's Attorney's Office declined to issue charges against the father of the domestic abuse victim, concluding that his actions were not in violation of applicable Illinois criminal laws. Here's a final quote from State's Attorney Tom Hain on this matter. The State's Attorney's Office conducted a meticulous review of all of the available evidence and all of the applicable criminal statutes regarding the actions of all parties involved in this matter. We commend the Wood River Police Department's patrol and investigation divisions, along with other agencies that did assist in the investigation, including the Illinois State Police Crime Scene Unit. That's a quote from the state's attorney. And please note, as always, this charge and the statements made herein are based upon probable cause. The defendant is presumed innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law, and we will keep you updated as more details do emerge. Out of Alton, Dalton Brown reports that Alton City Council amended city code on Wednesday to grant a new local business, a liquor license, in addition to passing several items by the Committee of the Whole earlier this week. According to the ordinance amending city code, the city, quote, wishes to amend its number of Class 1 liquor licenses to accommodate the Bells and Whistles on Bell Street LLC to serve alcoholic beverages at its place of business. No further information was provided about the business. Additionally, Mayor David Goins and the City Council find that amending the city's regulations on the number of liquor licenses will encourage the city's continued healthy economic growth. The City Council also moved several more items forward and had been approved earlier this week by the Committee of the Whole. Alderman Strabel was absent from Wednesday's meeting. Among other items passed were expanded zoning classifications and slightly altered rules for cannabis businesses opening and operating within the city. Certain zoning classifications apply to certain cannabis businesses, while the date for cannabis license renewal has changed, and requirement of 75 minimum parking spaces for dispensaries has been removed. More information about those changes are available on additional articles. The council also moved forward a potential collaboration between the city and SIUE to facilitate a greenhouse gas inventory from the city, creating an overview of its greenhouse gas emissions and their associated sources. For more on that collaboration, you can find additional stories on RiverBender.com, and for a full recording of the city council meeting, that's available at RiverBender.com/video. In Alton Godfrey Rotary presented Alton Community School District number 11 kindergarten classrooms with new manipulatives and games to promote literacy. On Wednesday, the 10th of January, Rotary members met at Gilson Brown and Lovejoy Elementary Schools to present the kindergarten teachers with new literacy materials. They will do the same on Friday, tomorrow, January the 12th, at Eunice Smith and Lewis and Clark Elementary Schools. Club directors Ron Mayhew and Damian Jones explained that this project is an important part of what the Rotary Club does in the Riverbend community. Lovejoy Principal John Ducey introduced Rotary Club members and explained to students what the Rotary Club does in the community. Mayhew and Young asked the students how many of them can read, and told them that the donation will help them learn how to be better readers. Students can play with the games and manipulatives when they're in smaller groups or working with reading centers in the classroom. Alton Godfrey Rotary Club has supplied Accused 11 with literacy materials for the past 14 years. They apply for a grant every year so they can buy books or games for elementary students to enjoy. Elaine Kane, Accused 11 Assistant Superintendent, worked closely with the Rotary Club to coordinate this donation. She noted her appreciation for the club's donation and their commitment to the district. It's just year after year, project after project, Kane said. This community is so fortunate to have a large group of supporters in the schools. For more information about the Alton Godfrey Rotary Club, that's available at altongodfreyrotary.org. Out of Edwardsville, we heard it first on the show. Local businesses and civic groups can now get involved in helping keeping the county clean. Here's the latest. The Madison County Board did vote in December to renew its Adopt a Highway program throughout the county. County roads are a vital piece of the county transportation's network, connecting the places where residents live, work, and play. Adam Walden said the county's Adopt a Highway program offers an opportunity for organizations or individuals to adopt a section of up to 2 miles of county-maintained roadways and conduct periodic litter cleanups to help protect the environment and keep roads welcoming and safe. County officials said trash is a constant problem, especially along routes to the county's 2 landfills. Officials also want to remind waste haulers and citizens alike that when hauling debris, they should make sure certain trash does not blow out of their vehicle because it piles up along the county's roadways and becomes unsightly for area communities and residents. For more information and to request one of these kits, you can sign up at MadisonCountyBX.com. That's MadisonCountyBX.com for those willing to sign up for the Adopt a Highway program. If you have questions, you can call 618-296-4468. That's 618-296-4468 for more information. Coming down the pipeline this weekend, a plethora of fun. It's packed with a diverse array of events for everyone to enjoy, from live music to theater to wellness activities, even community gatherings. There's something special to appeal to every taste. For more information and the full event lineup, you can go to RiverBender.com/events. You can head on over to the Alton VFW as they present Track Band Saturday, January the 13th from 7 to 11 p.m. It's ready to rock your world. This oldies Motown classic rock show, perfect for those who love to dance the night away with no cover charge. It's an irresistible invite for Saturday, and you don't want to miss out on the largest dance floor locally and an evening full of good vibes and great music. You can also celebrate the tradition of bluegrass music at the Harmon Bluegrass 46th Annual Lewis and Clark Community College Show. Join them at Lewis and Clark Community College on Saturday, January the 13th at 7 p.m. for a night of foot-tapping music featuring the talented Mo Pitney, and tickets are available at just $20 a piece. You can call 618-278-4422 or 618-917-7355 to secure your spot for this annual event. If you're a theater enthusiast, you can't miss the Actors Studio Series at Alton Little Theater. Enjoy 2 Rooms by Lee Blessing on January the 11th. That's today through the 13th. That's Saturday. And more captivating plays in the following weeks for only $10 for each show or $25 for all 3 shows. It's an absolute steal for a night of culture and performances. Are you looking to unwind and maybe just kind of wind down after a busy week? Unwind and Dine at Riverbend Yoga in Alton on Friday night offers a perfect blend of gentle yoga flows, breath work, and a nourishing meal to help you relax. If you're feeling charitable, join Choices Ministry fundraiser event at the Roxana Nazarene Community Theater for a night of silent auctions, live music, and art. And foodies and Alton historians alike will love the Alton Pasta House Company reunion. I love it. One of my favorite events. You can come reminisce and enjoy dishes that are a nod to the past while celebrating the restaurant's impact on the Alton dining and entertainment scene. Are you ready to submit your own event for me to talk about and for others to hear about? You sign into your free RiverBender.com account today and be a part of the vibrant community that makes weekends so much fun. This is just a taste of what's in store for this weekend. For this weekend's full lineup of events, you can visit our community calendar at RiverBender.com/events. 10:18's the time. It's 36 degrees. It feels like 41. Temperatures will reach 44 today, drop down to 39 overnight as we head into Friday, where we can expect a 98% chance of precipitation. Temperatures will reach 46 degrees by 1 p.m. tomorrow. However, by 3 p.m., the temperatures will begin to drop, and on Friday night, we expect 13 degrees for the low. On Saturday, the 13th, we're expecting a high of 17, a low of 0. And then on Sunday, a high of 8 degrees, a low of 4. On Monday, a high of 10 and a low of -2. If you know of somebody that has some issues finding shelter or maybe finding housing, we're going to be talking to the overnight warming locations here in Tyler in just a couple of minutes and getting that information. But if you know of the elders in your life that maybe have some mobility issues, make sure you get some groceries for them. If they don't have anything, keep them inside because there's no reason to get out and fight that brutal cold. At 10:19, stay up to date on RiverBender.com/weather. And as always, you can give 618-465-4545 a ring. That's time and temperature, this time powered by Tom Lane. He's your local State Farm agent. Hey, before I take a quick break, let me fill you in on 3rd Street Realty. Lisa Webb's had a hell of a couple of months. She is selling left and right. You know, those properties in Fidelity, White Cliff, sold. I knew that one would be a good one. And here's why I'm so excited for Lisa. Because 3rd Street Realty isn't about the commission check. I'm so tired of seeing, well, we made $1 million in sales this year. Who cares? How many families are you helping? How many families are you putting first? Because at 3rd Street Realty, every family gets put first. Every individual gets put first, whether you're buying, selling, or if you're unfortunately foreclosing on your home. Lisa Webb looks at everybody as equals, and they look at you as starting your next journey in life. For over a decade, this woman-owned but family-operated company values your family. They value you, and they're going to make sure whether or not you're buying or selling or in that tough spot of foreclosing, that they're going to put you in the best step forward for that next chapter in your life. You can hang out with Lisa Webb and I on the 3rd Wednesday of each month with 3rd on 3rd with 3rd Street Realty. And for more information, you can visit 3rdstrealty.com. That's 3rdstrealty.com. 10:21 the time. We'll take a brief pause here on this 11th day of January. We'll be right back on RiverBender.com. Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today. Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. Welcome back. 10:25. A little bit of change on this Thursday morning. Only a couple more days of what I would call normal winter weather for this area, because coming up on Friday night, it's going to start getting cold. And Tyler joins us now as we're talking about the overnight warming locations. And something that I don't think should ever be argued is the fact that everyone should have a warm place to sleep and be secure in the cold temps. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree, CJ. I think most people agree that everybody deserves a warm place to stay. I mean, sometimes we argue on proximity and where that location should be, but over the last 4+ years now, we've identified a good place in our community, and we've had some good partnerships with neighbors and organizations to come alongside us to provide that overnight warming space and keep people off the streets.
Absolutely. And before we go into the next couple of weeks, what they're going to look like, I just want to ask a little bit more about O.W.L. before, and I abbreviate because I like the abbreviation. I think it's a way to remember things pretty easily. How did this start? Because, in 2019, whenever it developed, I remember seeing this kind of happening, and it wasn't a very slow development. I mean, this kind of took off, and there was a few locations that said right away, yes, and let's do this.
Yeah, I think just some people in our community identified the needs that, there was no option overnight. So in Alton, we have daytime warming locations such as the public libraries, Salvation Army, but at night, when it gets brutally cold, there just wasn't any good viable options. So, and also just some personal stories from people. They had friends like literally dying on the streets and freezing to death. So, some people took up the cause. We identified a space, and Deliverance Temple has been just a great partner in letting us use their church facilities, and it's just a great big footprint. And we're able to provide that space now. So, yeah, we started off as Overnight Warming Center. And
that's right. Okay.
This past year now we've kind of rebranded, and it's O.W.L, and it's Overnight Warming Location, because now Edwardsville's coming alongside us and providing an overnight warming location there too. So, and it also just represents, the O.W.L, nighttime and wisdom. So.
Well, and I think it's really great that Edwardsville adopted this idea and this program, because you need these all over, right? There's no community that doesn't have a need for this, in my opinion. I think if you look, it might not be the same numbers as maybe in Alton, St. Louis, or bigger towns like Edwardsville, but there's still a need everywhere.
Sure. Yeah, there's a need in Edwardsville. There's a need in Alton. Those numbers are a little bit different. We have more unhoused people in our community, but yeah, I think the same thing was happening there in their community. They were identifying people that were sleeping in stairwells and just didn't have a viable option at night. So they kind of saw what we were doing here in Alton, and we were kind of able to come alongside them and continue to partner with them and just give them guidance, since this is our 5th activation season. So we've been through the process, and we're able to kind of help them where we can.
Now, you were in it from the ground up. You were right there in the thick of it when it started. How have you guys adapted those operation starts and those 5 years of getting better each and every year, maybe more efficient? Were there some learning curves, or did it all kind of flow pretty well?
Oh yeah, sure. The first year we had a plan. It wasn't the best plan, but a plan that's not the best is better than no plan at all. And that's what we had in Alton. And each year, I think, we've kind of tweaked some things, worked on our policies and procedures, and just added more things and helping the facility at Deliverance Temple, whether that be flooring, heating, painting, just helping with their infrastructure. So it's been great, yeah.
And shout out to Jason Harrison, too, because I called him yesterday. And so this is a funny story. I think it's good to break it up. By the way, my dad just texted my personal phone and said hello.
Hi, Greg.
Jason, I said, I've been trying to get a hold of Jason for 3 months. I'm texting him, I'm not getting back, and I'm like, what the hell? Jason's the nicest guy. What'd I do wrong? I put the wrong phone number in.
Oh, there you go.
So I finally called the right one, and he goes, where have you been?
Yeah,
and connected me right away, because it's important to make sure that everyone knows this information in case we come across somebody in the next couple of weeks, because some cold weather is not just coming for next week. It's looking like it's going to be here for some time. Yeah,
it looks like we're going to activate starting Friday, and it looks like right now we go by AccuWeather just to be consistent with Alton and Edwardsville's activations, and it changes every day, but it looks like maybe 10 straight days, and then we might have a couple day break, and that'll allow us to maybe call out to the community for people that want to come in and just help with a big facility-wide cleanup. Yeah. But then after that couple day break, we're going to probably likely be activated the rest of January and into February. So yeah, it's going to be busy, but we keep trying to improve. So this Friday, Alton Memorial Hospital has agreed their warm handoff people are going to come in and do some vitals, some feet checks, and just do some initial assessments. Wow. So that's something we've been wanting to do from the get-go, because we want to get people inside. We want to get but we want to get them connected and get them well. So they're going to come in and just do some assessments to see if they can bring any other. So when we activate for consecutive days, it just makes it easier to bring those providers on site. It's tough sometimes because we're open from 5 to 8:30 in the morning. So just getting people on their off time to come in is important. And also this Friday, Megan Tyler with Sacred Spaces of Care. Great. Yeah, she's going to offer case management services to our folks that want it. So just another thing, trying to bridge those gaps, and maybe we can bring in some barbers, we can bring in some dental people. Just anything we can bring in during this long stretch is going to be helpful for our friends. Yeah.
In the next couple of weeks, because we know it's going to be a longer stretch, can they reach out to you and start setting stuff up? What's the best way to do that? I didn't realize you guys offered that type of services, on top of the shelter.
Yeah, sometimes it's just hard to do that. Like I said, being activated from 5 to 9:30 in the morning. People are off that do this for a living, but some people are just willing. They're looking for an opportunity to help, and they just need some guidance. So yeah, we're open to anything. We're not set in stone on what we do. First and foremost, we want to keep people alive and off the streets. But yeah, we want to get them connected to services and ultimately get them well and hopefully housed one day. So
that's incredible.
The best way, I think, just reaching out to me personally. Just sending me an email or text message, and then we can take an idea and go from there.
Do you have a moment to stick around?
Yeah.
I got to pay a quick bill. 10:32 the time on this Thursday morning. We'll come back with more of this great conversation and learn even more about the overnight warming locations in Alton and Edwardsville right after this.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Riverbender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Look around your world, pretty baby. Is it everything you hoped it'd be? The wrong guy, the wrong situation, the right time to roll to me.
Welcome back. 10:34. I almost forgot how to tell the time, Tyler. I don't know what to do. What is my job? Well, just getting back, and as we've talked about for the last 3 days, the cold temperatures and brutally cold temperatures are going to be hitting us tomorrow night, and there's no way around that, unfortunately. And it's nice to know overnight warming locations keeps expanding. Now, currently, what are the facilities that you operate when you activate?
So we operate out of Deliverance Temple Church here in Alton, and when the forecast is expected to be 20 degrees or lower, we'll make that call by 12 that day, and we'll activate. So we have different teams. We have 3 full teams full of, our rosters are full of volunteers. And Deliverance Temple is at the corner of 6th and Cherry Street. I think the address is 1125 East 6th Street. But yeah, that's where we can direct our guests to. Our location in Edwardsville is First Baptist Church, it's on our Facebook page. So if you're on Facebook, check it out. The address is there. It's First Baptist Church in Edwardsville. I think it's on St. Louis. Yeah.
Man, you're good. 534. I have it in front of me and messed it up. 534 St. Louis Street. That's First Baptist Church for the Edwardsville overnight warming location. Then Deliverance Temple, perfect. 1125 East 6th Street.
Yeah. And also, it just came to my attention that Riverbend Family Ministries this Saturday, Sunday, and Monday will also be opening their doors as a warming location throughout the day. So just another option for our folks. So grateful for their help there too.
Absolutely. And also, I just wanted to direct people to the Old Bakery Beer Company doing some really good events. I like Drink for a Cause. I've told Lauren that before. I think it's great. And coming up on the 18th of January, that's a Thursday, starting at 11:30 a.m. It goes until Old Bakery closes that night, where you can drink for a cause to help support the overnight warming locations. And how important is it for you guys as a group to have those community partners?
Yeah, it's great. We just want to keep expanding upon that. We know that everybody in the community can't volunteer on site, but there's other ways people could help. So I don't want. If your schedule doesn't work where you can't volunteer on site, don't let that stop you. Reach out to us. We're open to any ideas. So, this year we have 3 meal coordinators for each team that activates, and they work with, local, charities, churches, restaurants. So it's just another way to get the community involved and help serve their neighbors. So, and we have, people that run errands for us. If there's something that we need in the short term, we have laundry teams. We have people delivering us goods to the center. So, there's always ways we can help. So, yeah, just keeping an eye on our Facebook page, especially through this cold stretch, is going to be helpful just to see, some of the needs that we may come across. Because, our resources will probably stretch pretty thin. But that, the Facebook page is the best way to make a quick donation through our link. It just walks you through the simple process of doing that if you just want to give monetarily. And also just if you want to volunteer, you can click that link, kind of scroll to the bottom, and they show all the different opportunities to volunteer and help us out. So.
And Tyler, if you don't mind me asking this question, for the folks that, kind of behind the scenes a little bit, this isn't what you do full time. You're a business owner yourself. And how are you able to kind of balance that? Because being a small business owner is no easy day in the office too in terms of hours. Is it just something that means so much to you that you want to do?
I think the calling's strong with people. People have different capacities of service, and I'm just fortunate. Like with my job, I do lawn care, so I do some snow removal in the winter, but it's definitely a slow down period for me. So it allows me more time to do more. People have families, people have jobs on top of the volunteer. This has been a great grassroots drive. And, when we do these long stretches, sometimes our resources are stretched thin and people get burnt out. So I just encourage people, if you do have the capacity to help in any way, it's much appreciated. Yeah.
And currently, too, just so we can fill you in, if you're just tuning in for the first time in this conversation, it's going to be you're going to be activated Friday through the end of the initial cold spell for 2 days, maybe a break, a couple of days, then you're back probably activated until the start of February. Yeah. So there's always going to be a need in the next couple of weeks. If you have it, if you have a little bit extra or time to give, you can give it to the O.W.L overnight warming locations, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll probably put a big call out, like if we have a couple-day stretch, to maybe people just from the community want to come and help us do a big facility cleanup, do a good deep cleaning. We try to do that with the team of volunteers that we have, but if we're staying open, like this Sunday and Monday, we're staying open 24 hours throughout the day because Sunday there's just not a good location. Being the weekend, the downtown public library won't be open as a warming location.
Never thought about that.
And then Monday's a holiday, so there is no option. So we're just going to keep our doors open. We're going to keep, our volunteers, filling slots and just hanging out with our guests, and just that way they don't have to pick up their stuff, leave, and then worry about coming back at night. They'll be able to stay for 48 straight hours. So
that's probably, and for some of them, that's probably, and not making light of it, it's probably the longest they've been able to stay in a place consistently for quite some time.
Oh, absolutely. It just gives them a space to, get something warm to eat. Just be seen and heard is important.
Exactly.
Just meeting people where they're at.
Yeah.
We're not looking at people like as a project, like I want to fix you. It's just being present with people, meeting them where they're at. And, if they say, yeah, I need some help with these services, we'll try to do our best to connect them to services that might be helpful in their lives. So
it's incredible. I completely agree. And Tyler, I really think that this is a really, the growth that you guys have had in the last 5 years, I mean, it's because of hard work, and you have to have a community that, accepts you in a way as well. And I think that that's starting to become more and more prevalent as the years go by. Do you kind of agree, or do you think it's a little different?
Yeah, I agree. I think we have a compassionate community. I mean, our ultimate goal is to get people housed, but I think with homelessness, housing's just not going to fix homelessness. I think it's a catastrophic loss of family for folks, and not having a community for various reasons. Sometimes people just lose family that, were advocates for them. Maybe they were struggling with mental health illnesses, and they had family that just kind of supported them, helped them navigate services. But it's really hard for you and I to navigate some services, but you throw in some other stuff and you throw in the loss of family, it just makes it difficult. So I think, just starting off grassroots and just, it's just been really good. It's been good for the volunteers. It's been good for me on a personal level just to build out community and collaborate. So
one last question personally for you is, was there I'm sure it happened pretty quickly when your first, the first year and you activate for the first or second time, do you remember those moments? And because to me, it would be the moment of, I know I'm doing the right thing because you see this working. Is that what kind of happened, or did it happen in a different way for you where it really clicked that this is the exact mission?
Yeah, I think in my life, just with the upbringing from my parents, I've been service oriented, and it's important to me. But that first year, if I'm being honest, I was kind of uncomfortable when I would be approached by a homeless person.
Yeah.
So the conversation got started in our community. We started getting some pushback in Middletown neighborhood when we had that initial meeting at the bridge to kind of train up volunteers. People kind of took that as a forum to come and voice concerns, and so there was a lot of the social media chatter, and I'm arguing with some people on social media, but then like looking inward, like being honest with myself, I wasn't being any part of the solution. So out of that controversy, it kind of, I felt kind of called to get involved. And that first year was probably my favorite year because we didn't have the nice cots that we have now, the facilities. People were sleeping in church pews, and we were calling it a prayer vigil. So we've been able to grow, but that first year was just great. Getting to connect with people, play games with them, and just find out their backstory. So
yes,
it's been great.
Well, and Tyler, if you need to come on at any point in the next couple of weeks, if something happens and we need to get another drive out or call to action, you're always welcome. I think what you guys do is fantastic. And once again, just because you're warm in your bed doesn't mean that everyone else is either. So please share the information about overnight warming locations. If you see an individual that's in a situation where you can tell that might be where they're going to be for the evening, let them know that there is help out there and direct them to it as well. Yeah. And Tyler, with that being said, anything else that I'm forgetting about?
I don't think so. I'm grateful for you extending the voice for what we're trying to do, because a lot of people that are unhoused just don't have a voice. So we do have a voice. it's important to share our voice and advocate on the behalf of people, and by you, like, talking with me today and getting the word out to people, and just, if people feel called, just, pick up the phone, call me, email me, and we'll get you servicing in some aspect. So
100%. And at 10:43, we'll take a quick break. For more information, visit their Facebook page. That's how you can stay up to date in these very critical next few weeks. Overnight warming locations. That's overnight warming locations. We'll take a quick break. Tyler, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thanks, CJ.
And we'll be right back with more of our daily show right after this in the heart of the 618. Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Lennox.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Lennox products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Where'd all our chickens go? At 10:48, that's what a family in Queensland was asking after they had to call wildlife officers to respond to a home where residents made a surprising discovery in their chicken coop. Yep, a crocodile. The Queensland Department of Environment, Science and Innovation said in a press release wildlife officers were dispatched to the home in Cape Hillsborough, north of Mackay, on Monday when residents spotted what they initially thought was a Gahona lizard. I'm going with it, but it turned out, crikey! The reptile was hiding out in the property's chicken coop. Fortunately, all the chickens and pets living on the property have been accounted for, so this crocodile gets an F at being a crocodile. The crocodile was loaded into a PVC tube, oh that's lovely, transported to a DESI facility in Mackay where officials said it would remain until it could find a new home at a licensed farm or a zoo. We got some paw in order, dun-dun. An animal shelter in Arizona shared security camera footage of a dog that escaped from his kennel at night, opened a door into an office, and swiped some snacks before greeting a responding police officer. Jody Polanski, the founder and executive director of Lost Our Home Pet Rescue in Tempe, Arizona, said her phone alerted her that the security system at the shelter had been triggered. It said a glass broke from inside, and I said, how is that possible? That's what Polanski said to local affiliates. She alerted police and used her phone to access security cameras so she could get a handle on the situation. It turned out a dog named King, yeah, baby, managed to open the door at his kennel with his paw. Opened a second door to get into the office, and he was all shook up to find the top shelf and spread across to find those doggo treats. Turned out, because he was jumping on the door, that's why they said the glass broke, Polanski said. Video showed King excitedly greeting a police officer, "You're here to save me," after he arrived to the rescue to investigate the alarm. The shelter said the local police have 24-hour access to the facility in case they need to drop off a stray late at night. The officer ushered King back into his kennel, cleaned up the food from the floor, and we're just going to call him Mr. Clean, Polanski said of the officer. You know, you need to really do some self-evaluation if your animals want to get away from you. An Illinois trucker was reunited with his cat after the feline fled from his vehicle during a pit stop at a truck stop. Say that one 4 times fast in Nevada. Chad McIntyre of Decatur said his cat Tyler often accompanies him on his long-haul drives, but the cat had enough. It's nice that he's laying there in the passenger seat. And yeah, he doesn't talk back, but it's nice to have somebody to talk to. That kind of sounds like a lonely road. McIntyre said that he was changing Tyler's little box when the feline wandered off at the Flying J truck stop in Fernley. He said, "I had to deliver to Walmart, so I had to leave. I was gone for about 2.5 hours and came right back and started to look for him again." McIntyre said, "The next day I had to go to California. Then I came back the next night and tried to look for him again. Still couldn't find him." Brandy McIntyre, Chad's wife, sounded the alarm about Tyler's missing status on the trucker's social media network and missing pet groups on Facebook. Tyler turned up about 5 days later at a Flying J truck stop in Rock Springs, Wyoming. You know, only about 700 miles away from Fernley. The cat was taken to a local animal shelter and scanned for a microchip, which gave rescuers McIntyre's contact information. Rock Springs Animal Control Supervisor Lydia Gomez worked with Independent Transport Coordinator Joan Nickham to get Tyler a ride home to Illinois. Nickham coordinated a series of drivers to take Tyler from shelter to shelter along the route until he was home in the land where soybeans grow, Decatur, Illinois. The McIntyre said Tyler wouldn't be getting lost anymore at truck stops anytime soon. Uh-oh. He's grounded from going on the truck for a while. Brandy, Chad's wife, said, "My husband and I just decided that maybe it's better if he stays home for at least a while, and maybe down the road, he can go again." Well, a Canadian couple has won the All-Star Award today out of New Brunswick. I don't care what type of distress it's in. It's a moose, people. Couple teamed up with some peace officers to rescue a moose that fell into a river and couldn't get back out. Jolene Lavori said her and her husband Claude were out in their side-by-side off-road vehicle in Rogersville region north of Moncton, where they spotted a young moose that had fallen through the ice in the river. Well, when she spotted us, she tried to get up, and all she could do was slip and fall back on the ice. She couldn't get a grip to walk off. The couple enlisted some help with some nearby peace officers. We knew if we didn't get her out, she wasn't going to make it. That's what they told local affiliates. She posted a series of videos on Facebook showing her husband venturing out onto the ice and getting the strap around the moose's back leg. You got some guts, son, because that moose could hurt you. Rescuers hauled the moose closer to shore before moving the strap to the animal's neck so it could be pulled onto the bank. Lavoie said the moose eventually able to stand up on its own, but I think it's great you saved an animal, but you guys got to realize that those things can hurt you pretty bad. So, and that's what I've noticed too. Sometimes when people do these animal rescues that have no training, they actually cause more of a problem than if they would have just called the proper channels. Michigan Wayne State University released its 15th annual Long Lost Words due for a comeback. Oh, goodness. Including blatherskite, rugabbit, dollop, and, we'll just go with that. Wayne State's Word Warriors program, which aims to resurrect long-lost words that are not completely forgotten, is compiled from suggestions by website admin and members of the public. Now, this year's words include blatherskite, which is a person who talks at great length without making much sense. Easy with the joke. I know where you're going with that. I get it. You could call me one of those. What about Kergluff? The shock felt when one first plunges into cold water. Dollop. A shapeless mass or blob of something. That already is. A dollop of daisy. Throw that off the list. Fire whoever put that one on. Kafif something. Information gathering at which coffee is served in Pocky. Having a mocking or cynical sense of humor. And yes, stop your jokes. I know what you're going to say. Other words making the list this year are patricker. Pleasant smell that frequently accompanies the first rain after a long period of warm and dry weather. A pettifogger, an inferior legal practitioner, a rugabbit, a person who speaks confidently but ignorantly. Again, stop your jokes. And thunderplump, a heavy fall of rain during a thunderstorm. And twankle, the twang with the fingers on a to twang with the fingers on a musical instrument. There you go. Those are your words that are long forgotten, but our true all-star recipient today is a 26-year-old man, boy, because you're foolish, tried to sell what he claimed was a walking stick used by the late Queen Elizabeth II, has been sentenced for defrauding eBay buyers. Drew Marshall from Hampshire in southern England claimed he was a senior footman at Windsor Castle, and the proceeds from the sale of the antler walking stick would be to go to cancer research. Well, here's the issue. The auction reached about $686 before he canceled the listing after learning police had launched an investigation. He had been found guilty of fraud by falsely representing at Southampton's magistrate court and sentenced on Monday to a 12-month community order. Here's their quote. Drew Marshall used the death of Her Majesty to try and hoodwink the public with a fake charity auction. You can't just throw hoodwink out there. Fueled by greed and desire for attention, Julie Mackey, a senior Crown prosecutor, said Marshall's scheme was ultimately foiled before he could successfully con any unsuspecting victims. There you go. That's the All-Star Award. A quick break and we'll come right back.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
10:59, just time for me to, say goodbye for now because we're coming back tomorrow. I got a busy day. If you are going to the Alton Amphitheater luncheon in a couple of minutes, I'll see you there. If you're going to the Alton Main Street Appreciation Party, I'll see you there because I'm speaking tonight. Been a great day, been a great week, and it's going to be an even better Friday, and I hope you join me then. On that note, all of you have a wonderful day. It's your last day of some normal weather for the next couple of days, so get prepared, find a way to stay warm, and I'll talk to you tomorrow at 9. So on that note, have a great one, but most importantly, try your best to stay out of jail.